I got 2 loads loaded out for those guys, and now I think Dad's not gonna be here till like, I don't know, mid-morning or something. He had to go look at some stuff or a meeting or whatever, but I think while I'm waiting on them, because that'll be like about an hour to get back, I'm gonna start trying to move some of this to make my little mounds. But I gotta see if I can take all this and make it look like this picture that I got. So I'm gonna probably move these pipes over, because it looks like this first one's kind of on an angle right across here. Then there's going to be a few smaller ones, and then the big one's going to be kind of out that way. And like I said, nothing's really to scale, and they're just kind of giving me, I mean, this is kind of like a guideline or something like that they gave me, or not really a guideline, but just an idea to go by. But the best thing I can think of now is just trying to get in here. Man, sorry about the wind. We got a cold front blowing in and rain tonight and tomorrow, but it's just start trying to move some of these piles, kind of track them down and rough them in where I want and drag them that way. But I couldn't really think of another way to try to get as much dirt in here with the tandem as we can, besides just kind of piling them all up. And I'll just take the excavator and kind of drag them around and move them, and maybe once I start trying to get them tracked down, we can either back the truck up to them and get the excavator up there and kind of drag it. These won't be too bad, but yeah, we'll just kind of have to see. It's gonna be fun. Well, I think I got me a plan of attack, maybe. I made me kind of a makeshift little drawing, I guess, or blueprint you can call it. I put the drone up in the air and took a picture to see what it is now. The only thing I know to do is start trying to move some of these and kind of rough these piles in, and then I'll like look at it again, see if I like it. I may have to either take a little off this side and put it over here, or vice versa, just kind of work it around. But I'm not going to stress about it too much. I'm just going to try to kind of have fun and be creative with it, and I think it'll come out better that way, instead of trying to make everything exact or perfect or whatever. Just kind of make it more natural rolling. I mean, it's essentially going to be piles that kids are just going to run up and down, play on, go down these slides, run in the tunnels. So they don't really care. Just make it where it's easier for them to run up and down and kind of have a good time on. So I'm just going to start taking some of this and piling it up and kind of tracking it down and somewhat shaping it, I guess. Because I got to make more room to get the truck in here, but we're not going to be able to like back the truck up the piles is the problem. So this one, like I said, it's pretty close. I'm kind of using that tree and the curve of the sidewalk. It'll kind of start around there and then kind of angle up across this way. So I guess I'll just kind of drag these out and kind of track them in. Pretty sure he's gonna leave that tree. I don't know why he'd want to take it out, so we can just build these piles around it where we're not having to disturb those or anything. And then once we get them kind of shaped, we're going to slick them all up, and then they're going to put Bermuda sod over the tops of them, just so it's not a mud hole and it's a little grassy hill. Bermuda is going to be the best bet because it doesn't require a lot of water. It can take the heavy traffic and it likes the sun, so it'll be brown and dormant in the fall months, but it still won't be mud. And then in the summertime it'll be nice and green. But I'm guessing it's going to have a lot of traffic on it. I I'm kind of excited about it. I'm gonna have to try these slides out. Definitely a neat idea. I don't know, I kind of feel like a little sculptor with my excavator here. There's my totally official and definitely engineered blueprint that I'm using. So, good times. Gotta have fun with it, right? The good news is, if you mess it up or get a pile not quite where you want it, nobody's got to know. This is actually one of those times where you kind of let the OCD go, and if it's a little bit different shape, or if it's not perfect or symmetrical, that's actually what you want. I do need to make sure, I mean, they're not like too steep where these kids can't run up it, or they like get to the top and just fall all the way down it. build it up a little bit more. I was kind of mocking up what the slide's going to be like, so I'm going to bring that a little taller and then fill that front end and then kind of make that not so steep. And then the other one where there's just going to go a tunnel through a pile is going to be somewhere right here. And then that great big one is going to kind of start, I don't know, maybe around here somewhere. And it's going to mount up like 18 feet or something crazy. So it's going to be huge. But Dad's here now, so I'm going to try to consolidate a little bit of this so we can start trying to get the truck in here and dump some more. Because I need to get these shaped, but I need all the dirt off the edge of the track gone so I can slick that up, and then they can start we can start bringing the rock in. I guess we got another trucking company and it's supposed to bring that in next week. So I want to try to get all the stuff off the edge of the road base, and then I can work on trying to shape it, but we're going to be out of room here pretty quick. So to me, it makes more sense today to just try to get more loads hauled in here. But I'm glad I kept the excavator for this venture. This is starting my third month of renting it, and there has been some discussion of purchasing, I don't know about this one or a new one, but Talk rep told me yesterday that the 2150R, which is the fixed boom version of this, is not slated to make it till the States like the beginning of fall. But I really think that's the one I want, or at least want to try. I'd like to try it for sure before I buy one. Dealer, this is a 2018, I think they told me. It's got 1,340 hours on it as of right now. I picked it up with 1,100. They're asking $139,000 for this one. They will knock off what I've rented it for each month. And I'll get it for like 4% interest for 60 months, which isn't bad. A brand new one that's 2150 with the same boom configuration, hydraulic quick coupler, thumb. I didn't ask if it's these same tracks or steel tracks. It's $168,000, 0% interest for 60 months. After talking it over with Miss Elite, she told me I'd spend almost $14,000 in interest on this one and still have a 3-year-old machine with no warranty. So almost, I think we've come to the conclusion that I may get a new one. But I don't know if I'm ready to take on that big of a payment right now with just getting the trailer. Like I said, I really want to try the 2150R. I hate to spend $170,000 and then be like, oh, I wish I would have got that one. I just didn't realize when I rented this, I was actually going to use it. I figured a month or so, and I'd be taking it back. But I mean, I knew the bigger machines were handy, but I just didn't know for what I do how much handier they were going to be. So now I'm finding myself thinking, oh, it's going to be tough to go back to the other stuff. Probably really should have just got a brand new one, even done like a rent-to-own thing when I started this project. Because at $4,500 a month for rent, you can knock some payments out pretty quick. And everything that you pay on rent, they apply towards the price of the machine. But I'll kind of touch a little more of this up, and then we'll start loading more dump trucks. Well, I got Dad over there trying his hand at the 2150. I'm in the loader. It's getting towards the end of the day, and I want to kind of get everything slicked up where we clean those piles up in case it does rain. Maybe it'll kind of run off or not, just sit in all those tracks and those low spots and stuff like that. So I'm gonna spend an hour or so just kind of cleaning all that up and just let him load his own truck. And yeah, my windshield's covered in mud, but would you believe I did that 1,000-hour service and I forgot to check and put washer fluid back in it? So no washer fluid, just the wiper. So we're a little dirty, but oh well, we'll get done for today. But yeah, that's all I'm trying to do is just run up and down the side of the clay, dress that up some, and then work on that little spot where he's at. And hopefully we don't get a whole lot of rain, but I think that's going to help kind of keep mud and water just from standing everywhere. So we'll get to it. quickly before my battery dies, here's kind of the progress I made. Cleaning these sides up. It's crazy, like the top is like dusty, bone dry, but this stuff is still just pumping like crazy underneath there. But I got around the corner, and that's as far as we got. Cleaning that stuff up over there. But I'm actually really happy with how like the height of the clay. I mean, I know it's wavy right now, but for just eyeballing it and not really being able to follow that edge, it's probably 6-8 inches higher than what kind of that side is. So once we put 6 inches of base and then 6 inches of that clean, I mean, the track will be plenty high and have a nice little ditch over there to the side. I think we only got 20 loads moved over there today, and I like doubled the height of that one berm. So now tomorrow, if it doesn't rain me out, I'm gonna come down here and just work on pulling that up to the bigger hill where we got more room, because now we're kind of filling that up to dump. Got everything greased, fueled up, and parked for the evening. I'll put it back on the parking lot just in case it does rain. Everything's not sitting in the mud, so we'll just see what this weather does and pick it up tomorrow.